And welcome back to Let's Play Dark Sun, Wake of the Ravager. When we last left off, we had managed to overcome the trap that was set by Game Master Yis, who we had then dealt with along with the traitor known as Ravager, who was nothing more than a puppet to an intellect devourer that was occupying the former miner's brain cavity. Then after that, we had went ahead to free the alive miner that we had left hanging on the racks for so long. Because, of course, I had to do that in order to ensure his survival, because as you'd seen in the other timeline, if we had Grandeur with us, he would have died. But, thankfully, he is alive, and he should be fine. Then, of course, we had finally came up to the northern wing of the Illithid's lair to use the strange keys that we had acquired, which are right here, to open up this door. And then, finally, we had done some pre-buffing. Speaking of pre-buffing, I would like to do a little bit more of that, because I would like to employ some psionics, such as, well, mainly because I want to get Graft Weapon on, because it allows the psionicist to take the weapon in his or her hand and make it a part of the body. Gives a +1 bonus to hit, which is rather handy. And go to you, and power check failed. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I think that uses half your psionic, your power points. And there we go. We finally have you with the Graft Weapon status effect. Then finally, I want to go ahead and employ Intellect Fortress. All mines within the area of effect are protected against psionic attacks. Alright. And I could use Synaptic Static, but I actually decided not to, for reasons you'll see soon enough. And then finally, I want to go ahead and use the Strength of 1 spell, because the priest imbues a group of creatures with a strength bonus equal to that of the strongest creature of the group. Yes, by casting this spell, everybody in the party now has a strength score of 24. If I had known about this spell sooner, or well, if I paid more attention rather, so many more fights would have gone a lot faster. Then anyways, time to charge right in. Enter the passageway? Why, yes. And make sure you are fully prepared, because if the game will load. So, you have finally arrived. I have known of your presence for some time now. Nothing in this mountain is secret to us. I would have killed you earlier, but I was curious to see how far you would get. Impressive, to say the least. Well, that was your first mistake, buddy. Your quest ends here. Your brash heroism has brought you this far, but to what end? Your end, that's what. You are food. Food to be preyed upon, and we shall do so. Now! Ah, well, bring it, you biznitch. Time to face off against Primarch Maricane himself, who is a level 8 Illithid, along with some Intellect Devourers and a whole bunch of slaves. Now, throughout this fight, we want to target the Mind Flayers first and foremost, because, well, they suck. Then, of course, we want to go to the Intellect Devourers. Then, we want to deal with the slaves, because the thing is, the slaves only have one attack. And now, the reason I wanted to not cast Synaptic Static, which would have disabled the Intellect Devourers and the Mind Flayer's psionics, is because I wanted to try and use Disintegrate. Oh, well, dang it. Well, that power is pretty good against the Intellect Devourers, because it can be effective against them. And speaking of the Intellect Devourers, I have read up the Mind Flayers and the Intellect Devourers in the... Oh, you may have noticed actually something there. That you may have noticed how Atticus had something is wrong here. Oh god, that's bad. But yeah, there is something else to this fight. This fight isn't easy, by the way, and once we get to it, you'll see soon enough. Because if we go to effects and we go to Atticus, yeah, everything is fine. Well, I'll just tell you now, but the thing is about this particular fight is that there is a chance that some of your buffs will be deactivated, and I believe that's due to the Elder Brain right there. And you could try and shoot at it, but you'll get a message telling you that there is an invisible force. I'll go ahead and ignore you, and you face through the wall. But yes, as I was going to say about the Mind Flayers and Intellect Devourers, and that is the Intellect Devourer, or yeah, the Mind Flayers, I'll say first off. And yeah, Iron Skin, even though we have Iron Skin on, it's still, Fire Shield still works. But yes, Mind Flayers have magic resistance of 90%, which I've read up, which is pretty insane, so yeah, no wonder why it's a miracle that L's Drinker works sometimes. Then, of course, I've read up that Intellect Devourers, their resistances to weapons is kind of odd, because the thing is, unless you have a weapon that is +3 or better, you would only deal 1 point of damage. However, you may have noticed how sometimes I would hit these guys with the Dragon's Bane, and yet they still only take 1 point of damage. Well, I think that may just be the fact that this game was not programmed all that well. There we go, that one's dead, that one's dead. And finally, let's go ahead and get you there. And you're dealt with. And finally, let's just go ahead and use the rest of your attacks on these guys. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, why is it that a +1 bow is capable of dealing with these stupid Intellect Devourers? Now, I would like Halton or Selexat to go, because I would like to get her... Disintegrate! Yeah, there we go. That's dealt with, and there goes Iron Skin. Yeah, see, I told you. Now, this fight is going pretty well. And the thing is, it can go south pretty bad, because sometimes you can have it where your party members will all be, like, or, well, you could have 2 party members paralyzed and 1 of them controlled, and it sucks. But thankfully, most of our spell effects are still going, and thankfully I managed to use Disintegrate there to get rid of that other one. And now we just have to deal with the slaves, which are easy peasy, and there goes Enlarge. Oof! Yeah, even though these guys only have a single attack, they can hit pretty hard. And go, smack you up. Go, and of course, I can't see the Intellect Devourer. Great. Oh, there it is. Yeah, just get Halton off. No! Oh, crap. Oh, I better get Selexat out of there, because no doubt she has pretty piddling HP left. What the? Oh, just shoot him. No, what the hell is going... Halton! You really suck right now. Okay, oh, dang it. I don't think Selexat will be able to use her kinetics. Nope. Oh, yep, she will be. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, so... Oh, wow, you took a beating. And you still have your... kinetics. Nice. And... Well, it's worth a shot. I mean, it's definitely a lot easier to do that than just pelting them with arrows. And there we go. We have won. And drumroll, please. You still have your kinetics, which is fantastic. Now let's go ahead and search the Primarch's body to grab his key. And then we want to go ahead and deal with the Elder Brain, which, the thing is, if you leave it alive for long enough, more enemies will come in. So I'm just going to go ahead, equip the sling, and let's end it. You have destroyed the Elder Brain. The remaining Mind Flayers flee into the Underdark, away from Tyr. For clearing the Underdark, the party receives 10 or 100,000 experience. Nice. And so long, Squid Face. You're all dead. Alright. I'm actually happy that I had managed to keep Selexat's kinetics, because I have made a backup save file just in case they wouldn't, because, well, it is rather annoying having to deal with all this, with all the having to repeat these fights because her kinetics just seem to fade away into the ether. Alright, now, just gotta go ahead and actually pick up the key, which I want to go ahead, use on this door. The Primarch's key, or Primarch's key, however you want to pronounce it, unlocks the door. And let's go ahead and reinitiate the music. And let's see. Let's go ahead, open the chest, right here. Laura opens the chest. Within it is a rod, a set of bracers, a key, and 5,000 ceramics. Now, what did we get? Well, we managed to get a rod of magic missiles. Preserver throws 1 missile for every 2 levels. Each missile inflicts... Yeah, we already know that spell. But let me tell you, if you're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and you happen to come across a wand of magic missiles, which... Yeah, this really, if this was actually D&D, everybody should have been able to use that, but nope! Yeah, since the fact is, in D&D 5th edition, at base level, a magic missile shoots 3 missiles instead of just 1 every 2 levels after first. And let me tell you, it definitely is handy in a pinch, especially when you need to save your cleric from being dragged away from a giant spider, which is a true story, actually, as I had played, because I was in one session in a D&D 5th edition campaign. I had to use a wand of magic missiles that I thankfully had on hand to fire a whole lot of magic missiles to blow up a giant spider that was dragging away our only cleric in the group. Yeah. And there we go. Alright. Let's see. Use that. Use that. Use that. And then use that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and... yeah, just do all the pre-buffing. I mean, Halton doesn't really need it. Though, then again, I actually should go ahead and rest again so I can get that on him as well. Though I think the enlarged person has a shorter duration. Oh well. Just a couple more seconds. Nothing to worry about. Oh yes, that pretty much is it. No more Mind Flayers. And since we had managed to destroy the Elder Brain, none of that central junction will no longer have any more Mind Flayers coming at us. Though the thing is, what's interesting to note is that Mind Flayers, or, well, the Elder Brains, are supposed to be... I think they're actually supposed to be a lot bigger than what they are than what was represented there. Because, like, I think they're supposed to be, like, an amalgamation of Illithid brains or whatnot, like, the best of the best, and they form it... I don't know, I don't recall too much about Illithid culture, but anyways, let's go ahead and open this door with a key. Allura unlocks the door, but breaks the key in the process. Well, I was going to drop it anyways. There we go. And, oh boy. Dead Mind Flayer. Scratches on the walls along with... what are those, holes? Oh boy, what the hell just happened here? Ugh. Well, better prepare strength of 1, so that way we can deal with whatever is beyond this door. Then again, shouldn't be too scary. I mean, we've dealt with everything so far rather handily, especially considering the fact that I had the spells that I have on normally. Yeah, no wonder. Anyways, oh, there's another dead Mind Flayer there. And, uh-oh. Allura notices that some of the larger rocks in this cavern are starting to move. And those aren't rocks. Those are Earth Drakes. Level 25. And you want to be very careful with these things, because they can deal a lot of damage, and their attack is so powerful that it can prevent you from moving. Yes, it is that scary. And, I can't deal with that one. Can't go in for the backstab. But I can go ahead and deal with that guy. These guys can get multiple attacks at times. Ooh, yeah, just be on your guard. they'll just easily, like, if you have any of your squishies, just keep them away. Where is this place? Well, we'll find out once we deal with these guys. And too bad we don't need Earth Drake hides. And let's get Allura on the other side. I don't know why you didn't take the shorter route, but okay. And, dang it. Wasn't capable of getting that. Oh, God. That may have just been the ability there to prevent you from moving. And there we go. Selexat, do you have your kinetics? Yes, you do. Thank goodness. But we're trapped in here. What the hell are we supposed to do? Well, if we go here... Oh ho ho! What a sight this is! I think we may have found what we were looking for. As you touch the hammer, the skeleton's fingers lock around it. Holding it tight, the statues begin to move! And now we have to deal with some obsidian golems. Ugh! Stop making that noise! That's horrid! And there we go. Smash you. And... yeah, I don't think we'll ever be able to... no path from here. What? What the hell? Atticus, how the hell are you stuck there? But there we go. And for some reason, when dealing with those guys, it opens up that. But now we can go ahead and interact with the throne again. And by doing so, the bony fingers release the hammer. Promir's hammer has been recovered. Congratulations, the party earns 100,000 experience points. And, ooh, Atticus had reached maximum level in Cleric. Yes, now you just need to get one more level and you will be done. You'll be maxed out. You don't have that much HP, but still it's good enough. However, I want to go ahead and go over here because there is this chest. Laura's too far away to use the chest. Dang it. Fine, a little closer. Inside the chest, Allura finds a heavy set of plate armor. And this plate armor, however, is something special, and it is Metal Promir's armor, which has plus 5 AC. However, there is a bit of a downside to this armor, and that is, for every piece that you wear, your movement speed decreases by 3. Yeah. So I'm probably only going to have like one piece of armor on Allura. Like just take the chest piece so that way she'll have just the one. And she'll still have like, at least should have 15 movement speed like Selexat. And here we have Promir's hammer, which for some reason seems to have crumble. Causes 1d6 points of damage per caster level to undead and destroys non-living organic material. However, the thing is, this particular hammer, once you actually equip it, you'll see that it actually has the Strength of 1 spell on it, which is pretty nice, though I don't think I will be using it since it is a plus a two-handed weapon, and I'd rather have more attacks. Yeah, more attacks would be nice. Okay, there we go, and it's like, and yeah, the thing is, it bleeds over into the next part of the screen, but there we go. We now have 2 elemental artifacts in our possession. Also, I should have checked. Select that. Okay. Whew. That was actually pretty worrisome. Almost didn't check there. I would have been so mad if I had lost her kinetics to a golem. Now, this right here, as you may have taken this, is Promir's Forge. And I have a big choice that I can make here, and it involves El's Drinker. And of course, if you were to throw this in here, Allura throws El's Drinker into the forge. The sword crackles with energy as the magic in the sword refuses to let it be destroyed. Now, how are we supposed to destroy it if we can't just throw it in the forge? Well, if we take Promir's hammer and put it on the sword, or well, do it there. Yeah, you have to use the hammer on the forge. Allura brings Promir's hammer crashing down on El's Drinker. The sword's energy fades as the hammer bends the metal to its will, reforging and changing it. And by doing that, El's Drinker has been reforged. The original sword destroyed or with the original sword destroyed, the genie's wish is broken. All copies are transformed. Yeah, the game had taken that into account. But one thing I would suggest is do not try to get El's Drinker in the game once you do this, because it can corrupt your game. Now, of course, any copies would turn into... probably would turn into this, into a +2 sword. But, I don't know. Or if it's supposed to turn into the Metal Jasmine, which is a +3 mace. However, I'm honestly not too impressed with this particular weapon since it only has the Cloak of Bravery spell on it, which is very, very situational, as it only gives the recipient a +4 bonus to saves against fear. And against the fears, yeah, those things that I called fares, yeah, they're called fears. This is actually a bad weapon, and really, it only does like a slightly better average, has a better average and minimum damage compared to El's Drinker, but El's Drinker with Vampiric Touch is miles better than the Jasmine Blade, or the Jasmine Mace. Speak, why don't you? Oh, jeez. Though, of course, I may have to unequip it at times, because due to the fact that I will have to be careful, since... By the way, if you do... Where's Promir's... Actually, I want to go ahead and put Promir's hammer right there, so I can just keep that. And yes. Oh yeah, I actually do need to equip this thing. And you'll see why soon enough. Yeah, actually, like, you can get, like, an insane +9 AC if you have all of Promir's armor on. And you know, considering it's plate mail, if this was actually the D&D Dark Sun setting, that would actually give you penalties for when resisting environmental effects that involve heat. But since this game doesn't have those, we don't have to worry. But anyways, with Promir's hammer equipped, you can finally clear these blockades now. With a mighty blow, Promir's hammer shatters the stone, leaving nothing but dust. Well, I guess it also does have the crumble spell. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe some weapons can have 2 spell effects on, but it just doesn't show it, or has the capability. I don't know. But there we go. Yes, you do need to have Promir's hammer equipped in order to get out. But, well, we're fine. And you know what? I think I'll just go ahead, rest one last time, so we can just get all our spells back. And, well, it's time to make like a baby and head out, because we can finally get out of these halls. So there's nothing left for us here. So, off to see the something of something. I don't know where I was going with that. But yes, we are now finally done. I'm happy. So, we are now just halfway to finally being able to counteract the Urn of Utazi. Which, hopefully we can do that. Still, you know what? I'm actually curious what were to happen. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to do this because this is just out of morbid curiosity. But what were to happen if we to do this? Try the soup. There is poison added to the soup. Are you sure you want to try it? Yes. Laura stirs the soup and lifts a spoonful from the kettle. Boy, that's hot soup. Wow, it's really, really hot. It's so hot that Allura bursts into flames. And she now has the burning status condition, but I am going to undo that. Just time rewind. That was me trying to imitate the sound of a sound effect of rewinding. But yes, now that all the Mind Flayers are gone, the slaves are gone, and so are the miners. Pretty much this whole area clears out wholesale. And now, let's freaking... Get out of my way! Now that's done, we can just go ahead and re-equip our swords. Had Having 4 attacks that have 1d8 plus 14, which is, yeah, 18.5 on average. So, yeah, that's definitely a better choice to have that instead of just like two attacks that have like what? Like 20.5? I don't know, I'm just doing the math off the top of my head. Yeah, 20.5 on average for 2 attacks.
Come here, you fool. You did not entomb yourself well enough. They have taken your precious hammer from you. What would they need of an artifact so closely tied to the earth? I like it not.
Ooh, someone is none too happy with our meddlings. But, oh well, let's get out of these mines. 'Cause I'm sick and tired of seeing these underground tunnels and oh! Well then, here we have some level 13 mercenaries and Melody. Hold it right there! Submit to a brain peak or die! Never mind that, we killed the Elder Brain! Yeah, sure, those brain eaters sure would like us to believe that. I don't believe nothing! You say until we peek inside your brain. What do you mean, brain peek? Brain peek, you know, a psionic scan. We heard there are monsters down there that hide out in people's brains. A simple mind scan will prove that you are who you seem to be. If I let you scan, you could seize my mind. Yeah, no brain peeks let us by. That would just initiate combat, and you'd have to slaughter these people, but I don't want to do that, because we are a good party. Well, for the most part. If I let you scan, you could seize my mind. That's true, but if you don't let us scan, I'll be forced to split your head with this weapon. One way or the other, I'm gonna look inside your skull. You pick which way it's gonna be. Go ahead and scan our minds. We have nothing to hide. One of Melody's companions knits his brow in concentration. A shadow passes over your thoughts. They're clean, Melody. All brains, no brain eaters. I'm sure of it. Glad to hear. Now, what have you been finding out down there? It's Mind Flayers. They had a nest down there. Well, that's a fine pot of brain stew. No doubt about it. Turns out you got out just in time. Winchester's all done. He's been busy setting explosive runes throughout the lower levels. Just a few minutes, I'll set them off at once. When I say the hinge word, Nitromono. Oops. What on Athos just happened? I said the linchpin word, so the spell went off. 77 blast runes all at once. Holy crap. There's nothing but rubble below us, that's for sure. Did you just blow Winchester to pieces? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that could kill him. At least I hope there isn't. Oh well, accidents will happen. You're learning the way of the mines. Maybe you have a promising career ahead of you in mining management. But for now, let's get the Athos out of here. Yeah, they don't have gods on Athos, so no point. But there you go. Yes, once you've completed this area, once you exit that area, it's gone. There's no way of returning it. And you know what? Something that I would like to do is... Where's that thing? Yeah, that... You know what thing I'm talking about? If you haven't noticed, or... no, you don't have it. Also, we did get a set of bracers +3 from that chest. I really should keep my head on tight. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop this bottle because that just kills your party outright. So, screw that noise! And let's go ahead, and now we can finally make our way out of this heck hole. Yay, we are free! And of course I will have to go ahead and see what everybody has to say. Though, that of course will be in the next video. Though, if there isn't really anything to... Oh, actually, just... Wait, Allura! Allura! There we go! Freaking listen to what... Just, like, please go where I ask you to. Yes, we'll go ahead and see what everyone else to say, though. I will make sure to see if they have anything interesting. If not, then we'll just get right on out of here. So, with that, I shall end it here. I've been the NorthernStarDragon, and I shall see you in the next video.